voltage it is. Then calculate the voltage regulation at 0.8 power factor lagging and 0.8 power factor leading for full load current of 25 amps. Right, so here you are given with a alternator, which is a three-phase alternator with the frequency 50 hertz, and the given line voltage is 2300 volts. Okay, then it is having the armature resistance of 0.2 ohms. So these are all the specifications related to alternator. And here we are going to conduct OCC and SCC test. So after conducting the OCC and SCC test, in order to calculate voltage regulation using EMF method, first method is we are going to conduct OCC test. So in the OCC test, the results of the OCC test are given here. Open circuit voltage, that too it is line value. How much it is given? It is given as 780 volts. It is line voltage. And in the SC test, the short circuit current or the full load current of the alternator is 150 amps, and to get this 150 amps, the required field current is 35 ampere. So the required field current is 35 ampere. Okay, and then calculate with all these given things, calculate the voltage regulation at 0.8 power factor lag and lead with the full load current of 25 ampere. So here armature current is given, full load armature current is 25 ampere, whereas the short circuit test results are what? IASC is 150 amps, and to get this full load short circuit current, armature short circuit current 150 amps, the required field excitation is 35. And similarly in the open circuit test, in order to get 780 line voltage, open circuit 780 line voltage, the required field excitation is also 35 ampere only. So for the same field excitation, open circuit voltage is, that to line voltage is 780, and for the same field excitation, short circuit armature current is 150 ampere. So these two are the SCC test, and this is the OCC test results for the same field excitation, 35 ampere. So all of you note down this problem statement. Have you noted down the problem statement? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll see the solution here. So in the solution, first we'll write down all the given data. So here alternator line voltage is given as 2300 volt. So V line is 2300 volt. Convert this V line to phase voltage. So phase voltage VPH is given by V line voltage divided by √3. So line voltage is 2300 volts divided by square root of 3. That is equal to 1327.9 volts. So this is my VPH value. So this is phase voltage VPH is V line by √3. VPH is equal to 1327.9 volts. Then from the problem statement, it is also given a armature resistance RA, which is 0.2 ampere. So this is 0.2 ampere value. Then now we'll concentrate on open circuit OCC data and SCC data. So in the open circuit, we know that it gives us open circuit induced EMF. So this voltage here, it is given in terms of line voltage, right? So VOC line is 780 volts. Similarly, in the short circuit test, full load armature current, short circuit full load armature current IASC is 150 ampere. So to get this full load voltage in OCC, and to get full load short circuit current IASC, that is 150 ampere, the same field current is how much it is required? It is required IF value as 35 ampere. So this is the condition for same field current or same field excitation IF equal to 35 ampere. The voltage produced, no load voltage produced or no load EMF induced in OCC test is 780 volts. That too, it is line voltage. You have to be careful here. It is line voltage, but we want phase voltage. Later on, we are going to convert this line voltage to the phase voltage value. Then short circuit current during SCC is 150 ampere. To get this value, we want excitation of IF equal to 35 ampere. So same 35 ampere field excitation, it is giving us 780 volts OC and line voltage and 150 amps short circuit armature current in SC test. Right. Now we'll calculate for which value? ZS value, that is synchronous impedance value. But before going to conduct this and calculate this synchronous impedance ZS, first we will convert VOC line voltage to the phase voltage. So VOC line value is how much here? 780 volts. So convert this to phase voltage. VOC per phase is equal to line voltage is 780 divided by √3. Then the value of VOC PH is 450.33 volts. So this is my open circuit per phase voltage value in open circuit test. That is 780 by √3. That is 450.33 volts. And then now this is my required data to calculate synchronous impedance value. Synchronous impedance is denoted by ZS. It is given by VOC per phase, that is open circuit per phase voltage value divided by full load short circuit current. That too, it is per phase value, provided the condition here is for same field current IF is equal to 35 ampere. This IF equal to 35 ampere, it is provided in the problem statement data. Okay. Now, as per the formula, ZS is equal to, either you can take line voltage, that is 780, and directly you can divide by √3 into what is IASC value here? 150. Directly you can substitute, or otherwise what you can do, whatever value you have calculated, phase voltage value 450.33, directly you substitute in the numerator, that is 450.33 divided by 150. Then the value of ZS you will be getting as 3 ohms per phase. All of you check whether you are getting 3 ohms per phase. Open your calculators, operate.
Yes,
3 ohms per phase. So the most important precaution what you have to take here is you need to convert that line voltage to phase voltage. If you directly substitute, then the whole problem goes wrong, because synchronous impedance, it requires phase voltage per phase voltage, but here given problem statement consists of line voltage value. So you have to be very careful here, because this excess value, with the help of this ZS, you are going to estimate excess. And if that excess you are getting something else, then your whole regulation value will be wrong at the end of the problem solution part. Now, ZS is equal to 3 ohms per phase. Don't write simply ohms here, because this is the synchronous impedance of each of the phase here. It is 3-phase machine, means 3 ohms for R phase, 3 ohms for Y phase, 3 ohms for Z phase. It is ohms per phase value. You have to write the units properly. Is it clear, all of you? It is per phase information. ZS is equal to VOC PH divided by IASC PH for same field current. That is 450.33 divided by 150. If you do, then you will be getting 3 ohms per phase, or else directly you can take your line voltage, then divide by √3. Both are one and the same, and in the numerator, in the denominator, it is 150. By doing this, we will be getting ZS value, synchronous impedance ZS as 3 ohms. And now calculate for synchronous reactance XS. Synchronous reactance XS is given by square root of ZS square minus armature resistance RA square. So ZS value is 3, that is 3 square, minus RA value is 0.2, that will be 0.2 whole square. Then if you compute the value of XS, so XS value will be equal to how much? Operate and tell me. So what is the answer for XS value?
2.595.
Okay, you can take two digits after decimation point. So XS is equal to 2.99 ohms per phase. So XS is 2.99 ohms per phase, whereas RA is 0.2 and ZS is 3 ohms. So now you have calculated for XS value. If it is graphical approach method, then you need to calculate this ZS value first by plotting the OC graph, then IA, then SC graph. From the OC and SC, you will be calculating what is VOCPH, what is IASC for same field current. That we'll see in the next problems. But right now, it is one kind of basic procedure or basic approach to calculate regulation of an alternator using EMF method without drawing the graph. Without drawing the graph means what? All that graphical values, whatever you want, that is already provided for you in the problem stuff itself here. Is it clear? So now XS is 2.99 ohms per phase. I request all the students to note down from given data to till XS value. Note down fast. Now, shall we proceed for the case 1 to calculate voltage regulation? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So here we have calculated synchronous reactance XS value. After getting the value of XS, we need to calculate what? What is given for you to calculate? Calculate the voltage regulation at 0.8 power factor lagging as well as 0.8 power factor leading for full load current of 25 ampere. So this full load current of 25 ampere is IA value here. Okay, it is IA value. Now, let us calculate voltage regulation for first case of the power factor. Case 1, calculation of voltage regulation for 0.8 lagging power factor. 0.8 lagging power factor means it is cos pi is equal to 0.8, that too it is inductive in nature. If cos pi is 0.8, then what about sin pi?
0.6.
How you will come to know it is 0.6? See here, cos pi is 0.8 means if you are not getting the value means first cos pi is given already. So cos pi is 0.8. Cos pi is 0.8. Then if you want pi, how to get the value from this cos pi? What will be the pi value?
Inverse 0.8.
Cos inverse of 0.8. Now you tell me what is cos inverse of 0.8? Cos inverse of
36.869.
36 point.
869.
Okay, that is power factor angle now. Cos inverse of 0.8 is 36.86 degrees. 36.86 degrees. So this is my power factor angle here. So now, if you want sin pi means what already you have calculated for pi value, that is 36.86 degrees. So now if you want sin pi means sine of 36.86, how much it is? For those who,
0.9, sir. 0.6.
okay, so this is how you should calculate cos pi and sin pi. Always remember power factor means it will be cos pi value which is 0.8, and if you want to calculate sin pi, then what you should do, first take cos inverse of 0.8, then you'll be getting power factor angle. For 0.8 it will be 36.86, so this is pi value. So sine of 36.86, it will be sin pi, that will be 0.6. Is it clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now in the problem statement beginning only we have calculated what is VPH. VPH is how much? Alternator phase voltage 1327.9. So this is my VPH value. So that will be 1327. How you have got this value? Because alternator it is having the rating of 2300 volts. So this is line voltage of the alternator, rated line voltage of the alternator. Convert this to the phase. So VPH is equal to V line by root 3. V line is 2300 volts divided by 3 square root of 3. That is equal to 1327.9 volts. So now this will be our VPH value. Okay. This will be our VPH value. And then let's see here. VPH is over, then RA. RA is how much? 0.2. And current value at the end of the problem statement, how much it is given? Full load current of 25 amperes. So this 25 is nothing but the armature current IA value here. Okay. So IA is 25 ampere. Now you calculate for EPH. EPH square is equal to V phase cos pi plus IARA whole square plus V phase sin pi plus I into XS whole square, or otherwise what you can do, EPH is equal to square root of whole thing, you can keep it in the square form. EPH is equal to square root of V phase cos pi plus IARA whole square plus V phase sin pi plus or minus X, I into XS. But since what type of load here we are dealing with, first case is what? Whether it is leading load or lagging load.
Lagging, sir.
So if it is lagging, what I should consider? Whether I should take plus sign or minus sign here. If it is lagging, means here we should take plus sign. Here we should take plus sign. If it is lagging means here we should take minus sign. Is it clear? Now you substitute all the values. V phase is 1327.9, cos pi is 0.8, IA is 25, RA is 0.2. Once again, V phase is 1327.9, sin pi is 0.6 plus IA is 25 and excess value we have calculated here. Excess is 2.99. Substitute all the values and tell me the answer for EPH. Tell me the answer for EPH.
One thousand 378.01.
Okay, here it is 1377.92. Okay, so the answer is right. So EPH is equal to 1377.92. More or less, you will be getting some change, some in decimal point, you will be getting small error. Why? Because what you are doing is after decimal point, some of you are considering only 2 digits, or some of you are considering 4 digits, or some of you are rounding of the value to the higher digit. So by making such approximations, you will find that there will be some
78.12, sir.
small changes in the value, but no worries, that small change is acceptable, but that error should be well within the specified limit. It should not reach to the large convergence value. So here EPH is equal to 1377.92 volts. All of you are getting this answer. EPH is
1078.12, sir.
it's okay, fine, no problem. Then now finally regulation value is formula is given by what? Percentage R is equal to EPH minus VPH divided by VPH into 100. So what is my EPH value? So EPH value is 1377.92. You substitute this value here. Then VPH is 1327.9 divided by 1327.9 into 100. And what will be the answer here?
3.77%.
Okay, fine. Here answer is 3.76. That much error is acceptable. No problem. So here answer is 3.76%. And then let us calculate same regulation for next power factor load. What is the next power factor loading condition? Already
Leading.
one we leading 0.8 power factor lagging is over. Now we'll discuss for 0.8 power factor leading. For leading, what is the precaution? In place of plus sign, we should take minus sign. Rest of the things they are same. So case 2 for leading power factor, cos pi is equal to 0.8, sin pi is equal to 0.6. V phase once again that is 1327.9 volts. RA is 0.2 ohms per phase. Armature current IA, which is full load current, that is equal to 25 ampere. Now with the same data, just we should calculate EPH, where EPH formula for leading power factor will be square root of EPH is equal to here EPH square, and here also it will be entirely in square terms. If you want separate EPH, then take EPH is equal to square root of whole terms. This is VPH cos pi plus IRA whole square plus V phase sin pi. So now here in place of plus sign in the previous case, now you have to take minus sign. Hope you can notice here. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now take minus sign. Minus IA into XS whole square. And now once again you substitute all the values like in the previous case and tell me the answer for EPH, no load induced EMF EPH value.
Same answer, sir. 1288.58.
1288.58. What about others?
1289.07.
Okay. I want the answer from boys side. Are you getting the same answer? Just don't copy the things, whatever I am sharing on the screen here. Operate your calculators and tell me the answer for EPH value.
Yes, sir. 1288.581, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then percentage R is equal to how much here? Regulation EPH minus VPH divided by VPH into 100. How much?
Minus 2.960.
Okay. So what is the conclusion here? For lagging power factor or for inductive load, regulation is positive. Regulation is positive, but whereas for leading power factor, regulation is negative. Always regulation should be minimum. Yes. So minimum regulation you are getting for which type of the load here?
Lagging.
Yes.
Leading.
Leading. Right. Leading means capacity load. Okay. Now let us solve one more problem. Similar kind of the problem on graphical approach method only. This is also. Okay. So do you have any doubts in the first problem?
No, sir.
Okay. So do you want to note down the problem solution here? Yes. Have you noted down case 2? Voltage regulation for leading power factor. Have you all noted down the solution part?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now we'll move with the second problem here. So the given problem here is a three-phase star-connected alternator is rated at 1600 kVA. So here alternator kVA rating is given as 1600 kVA, and then voltage is 13,500 volts. So this is line voltage, which is 13,500 volts. Then armature resistance and synchronous reactance are RA value is 1.5 ohms and excess value is 30 ohms respectively per phase. Okay, these are all per phase values. And then calculate the percentage regulation for a load of 1280 kilowatts. So now here alternator is connected with some load of that is 1280 kilowatts. Its power factor is 0.8 lagging. For such case, you calculate the voltage regulation. Similarly, for the second case, for the same 1280 kilowatt, but with the power factor UPF and with the power factor 0.8 leading. For all these three cases, you need to calculate the regulation here. Is it clear? In the previous case, you need to calculate excess value. Just to try to understand the difference here. In the previous case, you need to calculate excess value. So if you want to get the value of excess, what all information I want ZS value, I want RA value. But RA is already given for you in the previous case problem statement. But you need to calculate ZS. But this synchronous impedance ZS, from where you are getting? ZS you are getting from OCC and SCC test data for the same field current. Yes or no? But now the problem is somewhat different. Here you need to calculate ZS, you need to calculate excess. But now in the second problem statement, already excess is provided for you here. What is the excess value here?
30.
Synchronous reactance excess is already given for you. Your work is not to calculate excess now, right? But the data is twisted in some other form. So already excess is given. But now here he has given the kV rating of the alternator. So write down all the given things first. So kV rating of the alternator is 1600 kVA. Line voltage of alternator is 13,500 volts. Then armature resistance RA is 1.5 ohms. Then synchronous reactance XS is 30 ohms. Then convert line voltage to phase voltage. So VPH is equal to VL by root 3. VL is 13,500 volts divided by square root of 3. That is equal to how much? 7,794.2286 volts. So this is our which value? VPH value. Right. Now we'll calculate what? Regulation for the connected load whose power factor of case 1 is 0.8 lag. Second case is cos pi equal to 1, that is resistive load. Then third case is cos pi is equal to 0.8 lead. This is capacitive, this is resistive, and this is inductive. Okay, so case number 1 we'll discuss now. Case number 1 is cos pi is equal to 0.8 lag. The lag means it is inductive. So if cos pi is equal to 0.8, then sin pi will be equal to 0.6. And now here, if you check with your previous problem, earlier at the end of the problem statement, he has told that a full load current of 25 ampere. This is given for you. But here excess is not given. But now here in the second problem, excess is given, but full load current is not given here. IA value is not given. Are you getting my point? In the present second problem, IA full load current value is not given. So to calculate that full load current information, we should take the help of KVA rating of the alternator. We should take the help of output of the connected load, that is P out. Right. So now we can see here. Case 1, cos pi is equal to 0.8 lag, sin pi is equal to 0.6. So output of the three-phase alternator power is given by what? P out is equal to root 3 VLIL cos pi. Yes or no? Power in the case of three-phase alternator is given by root 3 line voltage into line current into power factor. So what is power P out here? P out is 1280 kilowatts. That is 1280 into 10 raised to 3. That is equal to square root of 3. VL is known to us. Line voltage is given in the beginning itself. That is 13,500. That is 13,500. And what is the line current value? That I don't know. This is unknown to us. And here for case 1, what is the power factor? Power factor is 0.8. So now from this, all the things are known. The only unknown here is line current, IL. So if you calculate IL, tell me the answer for IL here. All of you take your calculators, operate it and tell me the answer for IL. Line current of alternator, that is going to become armature phase current here, because it is star connected alternator. In star connection, line current is equal to phase current. For that sake, line current is equal to phase current. That is the meaning.
$68.426, sir.
68.4266 ampere. So this is my line current value, but alternator, it is connected in what fashion? It is connected with star connection. In star connection, we know that line current is equal to phase current. So here line current is equal to armature phase current value, that is IAPH. So now this is my IA value for case 1 with cos pi is equal to 0.8 lag. So now this is my IA value. Now in the same line, you calculate for what is that? EPH. EPH is equal to square root of V phase cos pi plus IRA whole square plus V phase sin pi. Now since it is lagging power factor, take plus sign IA into XS. So VPH is how much here? VPH is 7,794. Cos pi is 0.8. IA is 68.4266. RA is 1.5 plus V phase. Once again, V phase value is how much? V phase is 7,794.94. Sin pi is 0.6. Take plus sign because it is lagging power factor. IA is 68.4266 and excess value it is given as 30. Substitute all the values and tell me the answer for EPH.
$9,244.1769.
Okay, fine. Here the answer is EPH is equal to 9,244.1772 volts. So this is EPH value. Then directly calculate for percentage regulation. Percentage R is equal to EPH minus VPH divided by VPH into 100. So EPH is 9,244.1772 minus VPH is how much here? 7,794.2286. Divide by same VPH value, that is 7794.2286 multiplied with 100 to convert into percentage. Then percentage R is how much?
$18.602.
Okay, fine. So here it is 18.6%. Okay, so this is voltage regulation of alternator when it is connected with lagging power factor load. Now we'll move with the case number 2. What is case number 2?
Resistive load, sir.
It is UPF, unity power factor load means resistive load. So what will be cos pi now?
1.
For this case, cos pi will be equal to 1. Okay. Case number 2, cos pi will be 1. If cos pi will be 1, then what about sin pi?
0.
Sin pi will be 0 because here pi will be 0. Sin 0 is 0. Okay. So now once again you calculate P out. Power in case of three-phase alternator given by root 3 of VLIL cos pi. Power is 1280 kilowatts, that is 1280 into 10 raised to 3 equals to square root of 3. Line voltage is 13,500. IL I don't know, I need to calculate it, and cos pi is 1. So tell me the answer for IL. Here once again you'll be getting some value for line current, and this line current will be equal to phase current of armature because it is star connection alternator where line current is equal to phase current.
$54.741.
54.7413 ampere. So now this is our line current value, or this is also equal to IAPH. This is also equal to IAPH. Okay. And now calculate for EPH value. And now here in this case, since it is resistive in nature, directly you can take EPH is equal to square root of V phase cos pi will be anyhow, it will be 1. So this will be 1. IARA you know, but here since sin pi is 0 means this whole term will become what? 0.
0.
So EPH is simply what? EPH is equal to square root of V phase plus IRA whole square plus IA into XS whole square plus IA into XS whole square. Substitute the values and tell me the answer for EPH now.
$8,045.725.
8045.725. Okay. So this is our EPH value. All of you are getting the same answer.
Sir, 8045.73.
It's okay. No problem. That much error is acceptable. So here the answer for EPH is given as 8045.7249 volts. Now calculate regulation percentage R given as EPH minus VPH divided by VPH into 100. EPH is 8045.7249 minus VPH. VPH value is 7749.22 divided by 7749.22 into 100. So regulation will be how much? What is regulation value percentage R? What is the answer you are getting for this? Case 2.
3.82, sir.
Other than this,
I did
Top.
twice, sir. This is the answer I'm getting, sir.
it's
3.8.
okay. 3.82. Because see here, it all depends upon after the whole number, after decimation point, how many digits you are going to consider. Based on that, you are having some variations in your answer. Here, the percentage regulation R value is 3.22. Check all of you are getting this answer.
Yes, sir. 3.82 only, sir.
That much it is okay. Okay, fine. So this is second case, voltage regulation connected with resistive load. Then we'll move for the case 3. What is case 3?
Inductive.
Yes. Case 3 0.8 leading power factor. Leading means
Capacitive.
inductive.
Capacitive.
Capacitive.
Capacitive. So 0.8 lead means, always remember, leading means capacitive, lagging means inductive, UPF means resistive load. Okay. Now here case number 3 is case cos pi is equal to 0.8 lead. If cos pi is 0.8, then sin pi will be 0.6. Now once again you calculate the things. So P out is equal to root 3 VLIL cos pi is 0.8. Here directly you can, if you want, you can calculate once again. Already we have calculated IL value for case number 1. For case number 1, all are the same values. P out is same, root 3 VLIL cos pi. There also cos pi is 0.8 lag. Now here it is 0.8 lead. No changes in the sign here. For that sake, directly we will take that value only. So cos pi 0.8 lead means IL is equal to 68.426 ampere. If you want, you can cross check it once again. So for the case 1, IL is equal to 68.426 because there also P out is equal to root 3 VLIL cos pi. P out is 1280 into 10 raised to 3. Root 3 VL is 13,500. IL we have to calculate, and cos pi is 0.8. So this is going to remain same even for leading power factor also, where IL is equal to IAPH is equal to 68.4266 ampere. Is it clear why we have taken this value?
Yes, sir.
Or else if you want, you can calculate once again, then you'll be getting the same answer here. No changes in the power factor sign here. Directly you're taking it as 0.8. Then first case IAIL will be equal to the third case IAIL because both are having 0.8 power factor only. Okay. So now cos pi is 0.8, then IL is equal to IAPH is equal to 68.426. All of you note down till here. Then EPH is equal to square root of VPH cos pi plus IARA whole square plus V phase sin pi. Now here, since it is leading power factor, take minus sign. Minus IA into XS whole square. So VPH is 7794.2286. Cos pi is 0.8. IARA. IA is how much? 68.42. RA is 1.5 ohms. VPH once again 7794.22. Sin pi is 0.6. IA is 68.426 and excess value is given as 30. So just you substitute all the values and tell me the answer for EPH.
So 6,859.68 volts, sir.
Okay. Here the answer for EPH is 6,859.63 volts. Almost it is near to the answer.
And percentage of R is minus 11.990.
Okay. Here it is minus 11.89% regulation. It is not percentage R. You should read as, or you should pronounce it as percentage regulation. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Percentage voltage regulation it is. So EPH is 6,859.63. Then you calculate for percentage voltage regulation, right? Written as percentage R equal to EPH minus VPH divided by VPH into 100. EPH is 6,859.63 minus VPH is 7,794.22 whole divided by 7,794.22 into 100. So percentage R is how much? Since it is negative power factor load, you will be getting regulation value as positive or negative?
Negative, sir.
Negative. So always regulation should be positive or negative? It should
Negative.
be negative in the sense it should be minimum. So if you get negative means it is very good, and such kind of regulation you will be getting for which type of the load? You'll be
Capacity.
getting for capacity or leading power factor load. So now you make the comparison here. Since we have calculated voltage regulation for R, L and C, so first we'll see case 1 answer. Case 1 is lagging power factor 0.8 lag. So for lagging power factor, our regulation value is 18.6. Regulation value is 18.6. For case number 2, which is cos pi equal to 1 resistive load, that is UPF, unity power factor load. Here resistance percentage regulation value is 3.22. So which is having large value here, whether inductive load or resistive load?
Inductive load.
Inductive load is having more regulation value, and if you compare with the resistive load, it will be least positive. It is also positive only, but it will be least positive in comparison with the inductive load voltage regulation value. But if you consider leading power factor capacitive load, then regulation will be very fine value. It will be having very fine value, which is giving us minimum regulation. That is, we will be getting negative regulation values. So negative regulation means it is having better performance. So regulation is minimum here, that is negative minus 11.89, and such kind of the regulation will be finding when the alternator it is connected with capacitive loads. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.